as it progresses,
like a crazy bird,
and then you go like,
you know. and even towards the ending too, you know, we wanted like
just start a fucking pig. What is up, everyone? Brian and Travis here from the band Red Keep, and today we are going to be breaking down the lyrics for Borrowed Time.
This song was a really cool song that we've actually had for a very long time.
The first song I actually technically
Yeah,
wrote.
like we never wrote any songs ever. Like it was really cool for me to kind of see the song come out because I saw Brian mature as a lyricist and just kind of get his feet wet with that. You know, not only is this song a song that's been in the making for a while, but it's also, you know, a really cool song that we all grew with. And this song literally was 2 years old.
We're gonna be breaking this down. You know, Travis and I are gonna be having a conversation as well with you guys. Comment, share, like.
And we want to know too in the comments below what you guys think this song means and what it means to you. You ready to get going on this?
Let's do it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Life of regret, we're on my game next life, taking away all the stress on my mind.
We kick off the beginning of Borrowed Time with, I live a life of regret where all my demons thrive. Ticking away are the strands of my mind. What do you take from that, Travis?
You know, honestly, when you wrote that part, like he'd be pacing around and I'd be sitting there and we're just going back and he's like, ticking away. And like I would see like the gears moving in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And like hearing that line come out, it was like physically felt like I saw time moving. You know, when you think of the word ticking away, like we all know what that's associated with. It's associated with like a clock. So like I got to visualize it and I was like, that's it, dude. That is the lyric. Really, like I really feel that, you know, like all of our lyrics, it's very honest and very much, you know, us speaking about how much we really want to get time back, but obviously we know we can't. And it's just going away as we go.
And it's the, you know, the battle of inner acceptance with yourself, you know, as you go through life, you know, you realize that, you know, as you get older, you kind of took some of the things for granted.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like that's, I mean, there's always stuff that we all look back at and we wish that we would have done more of, or you know, be it like you're spending more time with family, or you wish you would have picked up drawing at a younger age, or whatever it is. Like we wanted that to represent that. You know, we wanted to represent like the fact that a lot of us take it for granted. So now we're getting into the verse, and the verse was something that has a really cool story about it. So let's check it out.
Give me one more chance, one more chance, one more chance to live. This world, take us, let's get so rest. Sticks to me, not letting me fly. Be smart, when eyes take grace. Make me over it, and I never get this back. Somebody help me now. Help me now.
So pretty much the way I, you know, went about the vocal melody, and you guys might have picked up on it too if you guys are, you know, gamers or anything. I mean, I'm
totally not.
I'm not as much, you know, but I mean, I know some video
If
games.
it's not Call of Duty,
yeah,
I mean.
Call of Duty or some racing games or whatever. But you know, pretty much if you listen closely, my vocal melody for the song is from Zelda. Which I had no idea.
Neither one of us ever played Zelda.
I was like,
ever.
I recorded it and I was like, this sounds like I've heard it before. I just don't know where I've heard it. And then I think I sent it to Zeke or something. I was like, hey, what does this sound like to you? And he was like, oh, that's from Zelda. From, what was it from?
Ocarina of Time. And we were wondering, we're like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But I came up with that, I came up with that melody without even like knowing.
When we write our songs, we never think of, you know, this is what it needs to sound like. It's more like, this melody sounds cool to us, like let's put words to this and let's let it speak.
Exactly.
And that's what that did, you know, by saying give me one more chance to live, you know, that it's a plea, you know, it's really asking.
Yeah, you're begging to get that time back that you know that you know at the time didn't appreciate or, you know, you later on regret. So that's your plea of, you know, asking for that time back.
Yeah. And the other part of the verse I really like is when he says, these violent eyes keep grasping me. You don't really realize that people are looking at you with a objective in mind or with something going on. So, you know, when you're letting time go by and you're they notice you're taking it for granted, they give you that side eye like, dude, really? Like, you should be here more. You know, like you're going to regret not being here in the future when I'm not here.
And it could also be anxiety based. You feel like people are always constantly, you know, watching you or looking at you, you know, like when they really aren't, you know. You kind of create that thought in your own mind.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that when we wrote that part, we kind of had the mentality that a mind at rest is a violent one.
Yeah.
So that's where the place is when
Again.
we wrote this part. You know, it could be a violent place. So we're talking about all the tragic and kind of ugly things that are happening when we notice that time is passing by. And that's what got us into the chorus.
That's what we kicked off with writing. We
Yeah.
started with the chorus, actually.
Now, was that something that, like, you know, I can't remember, and you might remember this, like, was that something that we kind of had the melody for already, or did we come up with words before we did that? I can't remember what happened with that.
I think I came up with the melody first, and then we just kind of started attacking it from there.
Yeah. So let's listen to that chorus.
Yep.
Giving life away, looking where the time has gone. Fading to the grave, don't let it slip away too long. The life was worth taking. Giving life away, looking where the time has gone. Fading to the grave, don't let it slip away too long. 'Cause life has been taking us.
So the chorus kicks off by saying, giving life away, looking where the time is gone, fading to the gray, don't let it slip away too long, or life will forsaken us. You know, that part, it's pretty self-explanatory. What I get out of it is just, again, realizing that we have been taking time for granted, and we finally realize that we can't get it back. You know, is that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you wrote most of the part. Like
No, you nailed. I mean, you pretty much nailed that.
Yeah.
On the head.
That was, I think, the first lyric that we ever thought, like, we want to send out this certain message out there. And that was the first time we ever wrote, like something for, you know, not just for ourselves, but something that you guys could take a part of and kind of grasp to and
Make it your own.
Make it your own. And that's kind of what we do with all of our lyrics, but this was the song that we kind of figured out that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that was where that came from. So honestly, that chorus was the first chorus that we ever wrote, and Sam really came in and
He polished that, man.
Oh, man.
When he joined, he polished a lot of the songs.
we had it, and like Brian actually, there's a version of the song where Brian actually sings it, and it was great. And this is why this song's so important too to us, because we realized, you know, over time, like, you know, we had all these versions of it and all these things, and it grew with us and grew, you know, with Red Keep.
Yeah.
You know, and when Sam came in, it was kind of like we finally went from, you know, Charmeleon to Charizard. You know what I mean? Like, as crazy as that sounds, like, we really did. And that's where, you know,
That's a good analogy, actually.
Seriously, like, Sam brought it in and he polished it off, and just, you know, he added so many layers, like the O's that are in there. There's a lot of layers that Sam added to it, you know, because we had such a simple chorus, and we wanted something to, you know, be easy to remember, easy to be sang, and just memorable. And Sam brought that mentality with it as well. It was like, well, I'm gonna go to the next level with that. I want it to be this, and that's what happened, and that's the song you hear.
Simplicity and catchiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like we always kind of overdid our choruses beforehand, because we wanted them to have, you know, certain
Something
things.
memorable, yeah.
Yeah, and I felt forced that memorableness. What would that be? Whatever that word. You know, I just created a new word, so that's, you know, whatever. But you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like something memorable. Like I just screwed that word up. But you know what? It's like we forced having that memorableness to it, and I'm gonna go with that word because that's what it means to me. Okay.
And it works. So hey, it works.
And this one wasn't one that we forced it. This kind of came naturally. So
Yeah.
memorableness, remember, whatever. You know what I mean.
I don't even know it.
It's proven ordained, nothing has remained unchanged. This constant foreign motion, it's like I made a stride. My eyes have turned to black, as a cloud into me. Don't take me, please don't take me.
So in that part, you know, that other than being my, you know, I guess I'm a little biased. It's like a really cool drum part. But what's really cool about that was the first time, you know, Brian and I did something really different as far as writing. Because I wrote as a drummer in that section, obviously, because it's really percussive. But Brian took what I was doing, you know, drum-wise, and really made it vocally. That was something that I felt was really unique, because Brian was also a drummer forever. He was playing drums before I was.
And I was his drum tech for a while before we were even a band together.
Yeah, and so he understands, you know, rhythm and all that. And I felt like that was the first moment where it kind of clicked for both of us. Like, I'm gonna write drums to his vocals, and then he's gonna write his vocals to my drums.
Yeah.
And it was something that I don't think either one of us really said, but we did it.
Yeah.
But a part that really sticks out to me, obviously, is it's proven, ordained that these hands remain unchanged. This constant forward motion is leaving me astray. You know, when we wrote that, it started out literally as a melody.
Just me, just mumbling. Just mumbling. That's how I do a lot of my vocal melodies. Is like I'll just randomly just record, just randomness. Just it doesn't even
Nonsense.
it doesn't even have words sometimes.
You know, most of our songs are written with wild, crazy boogers and farts and MMA kind of words.
And jokes.
Yeah. So by saying it's proven, ordained that these hands remain unchanged, this constant forward motion is leaving me astray. By saying that, you're really going and breaking it down that no matter what, it's been proven that, you know, we can't go back and change things. Like, you know, it
doesn't matter what you do, you just can't go back in time to fix things.
Like these hands
it
literally.
is what it is.
Now, by saying it's leaving me astray, we're kind of meaning that it's because we can't go back and change anything, we're just kind of like, okay, well, what do I do with that? Like, I feel bad that happened. I want to fix this. What can I do to fix this? And that's what the song really is about, is what can I do to get time back?
Yeah.
And the realization that we can't get it back. When we were thinking of the rhythm of that, you know, with the words, you know, Brian was like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I remember that.
I was like, what if we were like, it's proven, ordained? I kind of wanted it to be something like almost chanty, but not done as a chant.
All eyes have turned to black as they're glaring into me. You have that evilness that you're trying to grasp, you know, the time, because you want that time back. All eyes have turned to black, meaning like you, I don't know, what would you say?
You know, usually when you say the term, you know, your eyes have turned to black, it's kind of like there's nothing there. Yeah. So in a lot of sense, they're just kind of looking at you like, well, you're not there anymore. This is not you. We don't care what happens to you, you know, and they're glaring into me by saying like, you know, it's that look whenever people look at you and they're just like you know that they're speaking with their eyes, and that's kind of what we meant there. It's kind of like, and
I'm doing right now.
Exactly. Like, I thought you had something in your eye, but by kind of looking at it and just kind of giving that look, like I'm looking through you and understanding that I know that you know you f***ed up.
Basically, a dead stare.
Yeah.
You know, that's what all eyes have turned to black. You're getting blank stares back.
Yeah. And now, what was like, you know, have you had an experience like that made you want to write that lyric? Is that something that like you've experienced before?
Oh yeah.
So I always take parts in our songs that are like, you know, stick out to me, and that was one of them because, you know, I thought it was, the way it was written kind of very like, I can see it very vivid.
Yeah.
But also the fact that like, you know, I related to it. I understood like, okay, you know, yeah, we all know what that look is, and I interpreted it a little bit differently than Brian did, and I think that that's a special part about that line. Yeah, and the next part, this part was kind of like I guess you can say like an homage to one of your favorite vocalists, and the way you did it.
And there's going to be a lot more influences on that too.
Yeah, but Sam Carter from Architects, you know, obviously he inspires you quite a bit, am I right?
Oh yeah, him and Ryan Kirby from Fit for a King.
So when we thought of this line here, we had the line, we were like, relish lost time, you know, but the way that Brian did it was just like, relish lost time. Like, again, I felt when I first heard that back, it was like the part really, I felt your energy in that. I felt that.
I wanted whoever hears it, I wanted them to feel that energy. Like, you know, that's why in that whole section I go in a higher register with my screams. You know what I mean? Just to convey that emotion.
You know, if you don't want to lose that time, then you need to move forward and take advantage of it. So the song ends with something that I feel is really special to me, at least, because this was the first time I ever sang on a song. Again, back to the first of all the things that we've done. But it's also the first song that we had our buddy Mark sing on because we kind of needed it.
Yeah.
Sam was like, we need 3 parts or 3 different singers on this part. Figure it out.
Sure, we'll all do it. So we decided to do gang vocals towards the end. And
we did it, and we didn't really know what we were doing, and we told our buddy Mark, we're like, hey,
I was like, just follow me, guys.
just do it. Just do it. And we're like, okay. And it turned out great, and we're really proud of it. I know what my feelings were on that ending, but what did you get out of that?
I mean, all in all, it's a sad song. Like, it's nothing but sadness. But, like, it's funny because at the end, all the guys in the band wanted to get rid of the solo, the guitar solo. And I was like, no, wait, wait for the solo. It's gonna work, trust me. Because they were, getting, they were...
I think we got really tired of just hearing it because...
Well, they were hearing it without vocals at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I have an idea with it. Just, stay put. It's staying there. And it ended up staying. And
yeah. And I feel that, when I heard it, I was just like, that really puts the cap on it. Like, that really, I feel like there's a sense of, like, I guess you can say somberness to it, but it's also very, like, what are you gonna do next? What's your next move? What are you gonna do? And that's what I really love about it, because, this whole figuring out what lyrics mean and vibe of songs like that is really new to me. So this was one of the very first ones that I can, just like Changeling and the song that we're putting out next called Remember to Forget, those songs were the first ones I was able to like sit back and feel. And that ending really sent it home for us.
who else had their heads bobbing when they first heard the song?
I did.
It's kind of like, every time I hear it, I just want to, just bob your head.
I feel like I got to do it violently as well.
Yeah.
Like
As it progresses.
like a crazy bird.
And then you go like,
and even towards the ending too, we wanted like
just start a fucking pit.
Even though how sad the song is, it's an energetic song, and that's why we do these videos, because we feel like the perspective on these songs are so unique and so different from what is typically out there. So a lot of people might mistake this as being a pissed off song. And it really, I mean, it is, well, all of our songs are kind of pissed, but it's, the message behind it is something really sad and very real. So we really hope you guys enjoy it. I know I enjoyed doing this kind of video. Brian, what do you think? You want to do more of these, man?
Yeah, let's do more, man.
We definitely got to get Sam on here. So this next one, you guys will be done seeing my pretty face on these lyric explanation videos. This next video is going to be between Brian and Sam, and that's going to be for our song Remember to Forget, coming out next month. So we really hope you guys enjoy it. Let us know in the comments below what you guys really liked. And give us a thumbs up, and we love to hear back from you guys. So we'll see you all soon.
Later. Love you.
Peace.